Three, two, one. Your piano teacher Tim here. Thank you so much for coming today. Very happy to be out with, I guess, in here with you for this live session. And today I'm going to be answering 5 of the most common questions that I get about playing piano. But while I am answering those questions, if you are here live, let me know any questions you have, because I would like to save some time. I mean, we only have 5 questions to go over. So after those 5 questions, I'll go over any questions we get in the live chat. So please let me know. The second half of this stream, I want to make sure there's time after that, because I want to go over some playing submissions that we got in our community Discord. And I also want to talk a little bit about the community Discord and how to join it. Links in the description in case you're curious, but join it after we're done. Don't join it just yet. So let me know how everybody in the chat, let me know how is your piano practice going this week, and let me know like what is the one of the main pieces that you're working on. By sharing with me, it just helps me better understand you and where all you guys are at. And believe it or not, it does help me make better lessons in the future. So feel free to let me know. Let's see if we can get the chat in here. Wow, we got it first try. Usually things do not come together that quickly. But so happy that Emma was able to make it in for a minute. Emma is a mod of ours who used to be in all the time, but she hasn't been able to make it for a while. So super awesome to see her in here bright and early. We got Sylvia, welcome. Richard, Zaynep, and some other mystery person who was cut off. Cosmically, I would always call you cosmically bookish is here, and Shirley and TZHX. Welcome everybody. Are you ready? Let's get started here. Let me just make sure that everything is good. And here is our first question. Remember, as I'm answering these, let me know any questions you have, and we will get to those once I'm done these 5. These are pretty simple ones. So the first question is, what should I learn first on piano? And obviously this is a common question I get from beginners who are just confused on where to start. There's so much, right? There's music theory, there's rhythm, there's all this stuff. Here's the first thing I would learn how to figure out on the piano. Good, I have one of these days I'll get the right. Did I not set this up right? Anyway, we'll do it like this. Anyway, the first thing I would learn is the layout of the piano. And what I like to do is I like to first understand that the music alphabet goes from A to G and repeats. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. There's no H's or Q's or any of that. And what I like to teach is that where middle C is. And I always like to teach where these notes are in relation to the groupings of 2 black keys and 3 black keys. So middle C is always directly to the left of that group of 2. And for example, F is always directly to the directly to the left, not F, directly to the F is directly to the left of that group of 3. Geez, it's Dr. Seuss Day maybe. And then B is directly to the right of that group of 3, and that's how I would learn all of them. It's a pretty easy task to undertake. Should take an afternoon, but when playing piano, it can be a little tricky on hitting those notes just right in the beginning. And I would spend ample time, especially figuring out where middle C is and all the C's on the piano, and then going from there. After that, I would learn how to read music. A lot of students, well, not a lot anymore, not since I came around. A lot of students think that they can skip how to read music because they think it's hard or something. And I'm going to be honest with you, 9.9 out of 10 of you can learn it in an afternoon, and then the rest of the 0.1 can learn it in about a week. It really doesn't take that long. And actually, I have lessons. There's a link in the description I have for you once we're done here, and I'm going to bring this up again, of a lesson, a group of lessons, a playlist that you want to watch that's going to catch you up on all this stuff. And then if you're ever wondering, like if I have a lesson on the channel about something, feel free to, or not feel free, go to the search bar in YouTube and type in, like, say, rhythm, and you're going to type in rhythm and then piano lessons on the web, the name of the channel, and that should bring up most, if not all, of my rhythm lessons, as long as YouTube, as long as I have it set up right. Anyway, the next thing, because there's three answers to this question. One was layout, next one's reading music, and then basic rhythm is another thing you're going to have to learn. These are like the building blocks of the entire thing. To learn rhythm, you want to learn, like what a quarter note is, half note, whole note. Familiarize yourself with these different time signatures, like 4/4, 3/4, and 2/4. And lucky for you, if you watch the playlist that you're going to watch at the end of this lesson, you can get caught up on all the basic rhythm that you need to know. Sound good? All right. Again, we have 4 more questions. I'm going to cover 4 main ones, and then any questions you have along the way, let me know. And then once I'm done those 5, I will be answering those. So I just want to let anybody who's just joining us, and welcome anybody. I'll get to the chat here once we get a little bit further on in the lesson. Hold on. I'm doing something a little different today. There we go. I think we got it figured out. Oops. Almost. There we go. Question number 2 is, how long will it take me to learn to play an instrument, specifically piano? I don't know why I said instrument. Piano. I thought I even changed that. I don't know. Maybe I didn't save it. I don't know. Anyway, how long will it take me to learn how to play piano? And now this varies greatly depending on what your goals are. A lot of people, they just want to learn their favorite pop song on piano. In which case, to learn all that basic stuff I talked about and then to learn the song itself, depends on what the song is, right? And there's easy versions of every song. So if you're like, oh, I want to learn how to play Fur Elise, there's an easy version of Fur, and a Fur Elise is classical and not a pop song. Oops. But that, you can learn an easy version of that piece in maybe a few days to a few weeks, maybe a few months at tops. Again, depending on what you're trying to learn. Now, here's the thing. Are you listening? If you want to become proficient at learning piano, and what I define as proficient on the piano is that you are able, first of all, all the basic stuff I mentioned, plus like some music theory, things like that, and you know enough about piano so that you can go out there and find pieces that you love and maybe discover new pieces that you didn't even know about. And you can begin learning those on your own. You have all the skills. You know where to place your hands. You know what sharps and flats to look out for. You know the primary chords of the key and basically the tonal center and where your hands will be placed. This is all stuff that it takes to become proficient at piano. And this can take many years. It's actually a lifetime endeavor. I'm still in this lifelong journey of learning piano myself. And I'm going to be honest with you. This is the much more rewarding path to take. If you just learn your favorite pop song and that's it, it's your journey is done, But there's so much more to learning piano. Like the things I mentioned, you're going to be like, oh, I love that piece. And then you're going to be able to actually start to learn it on your own, which actually is like one of my main goals I want to get you all to by watching this channel. I think that would be a really cool thing. To get everybody up to speed over time on some of this basic stuff. But anyway, yeah, that's how long it's going to take. I know it's not the exact answer you wanted. You probably wanted, oh, I want to learn it in a day or whatever. But I did give you some answers. It's a lifelong journey. All right. I'm going to check in with the chat real quick. And hello, everybody. Great. I'm looking through Alfred piano at the moment. Excellent. Just seeing, because I asked people a question here in the middle a minute ago. All right, guys, on to the question 3. And as I said before, I want to keep mentioning this for new people coming in, is that as I go over these questions, it's 5 common questions I get. If you have a question, let me know in the live chat, and I will answer them at the end of this 5. But here comes number 3. Are you ready for it? Apparently I'm not ready for it. Hold on. There we go. How often should I practice and for how long? I actually should just make a video on this in general because a lot of students want to know this. Okay, are you ready? You should practice as close to 7 days a week as you possibly can. However, we live in the real world where you're going to have school or take care of your kids or whatever may be on your plate at that time. And you may not be able to practice 7 days. So I would consider 5 days of practice to be, 7 is optimal, 5 is great, 3 is like bare minimum. And then like if you are going through a rough patch in your life and you're just really busy, practicing 1 or 2 days is certainly a million times better than nothing. So you always want to do the best you can within the confines of your life. But you do also want to push yourself as well and try to get those 7 days in. Even if your practice sessions are a little bit shorter, by getting in more practice days, it's actually really good at developing good habits, good practice habits. But also our brains are able to retain so much more when we do it in little chunks at a time. So 20 minutes a day or 30 minutes a day, even better, over 7 days a week is certainly a lot better than 2 hours, just 1 or 2 days a week. Again, if you can only practice 1 or 2 days, do that. You have to do what's going to work within your life. I'm just telling you what's optimal. Now, how much time should you practice for each day? If you're in the first few weeks of practicing, first of all, if you're a little person, no, sorry, kid, that's what I meant to say. You know what I mean? Kids are little people, basically. You want to practice like at least 15 minutes a day. Again, is close to 7 days a week. But if you are closer to the adult age, I would say even if you're like 13 and over, I would practice for 30 minutes a day. Again, it's close to 7 days a week. And then as you play for, I don't know, a few weeks to a few months, I would say after 2 months, you want to start practicing 1 hour a day minimum. Again, this is optimal, 1 hour a day minimum, 7 days a week. Realistically, it might not be that much, but that's what you want to shoot for. Okay, let me take a drink because I am getting thirsty. All right, great. We're going to bring up the next question, though, so you guys can think on it while I take my drink. Drink of water, of course. We need to stay awake for this. Though I guess it could be coffee, too. Okay, are you ready for the next question? I'm sure you've read it by now. Do I need to take lessons or can I learn on my own? I get this question literally all the time, more often than you would think. And the answer to it may surprise you. I'm just kidding. Well, maybe it will. So the answer is, let me actually make sure I got the whole outline here so I don't forget anything. So the answer is this. You can learn on your own, okay? But if you have access to a teacher, like say one just provides you one at school, I've seen that a little bit around, or maybe you just have the money to afford a teacher, or maybe you have a neighbor that teaches piano for a good price. I would do it. Just make sure that the teacher, I would get a teacher, that is. I just make sure that the teacher that you are getting is a positive person who is interested in your long-term growth as a musician, you know, and that's a little different for everybody. Some people like to be pounded into the dirt with strict teachers, and I have to tell you that I am not one of these people. And I think you know that by now if you've been following on the channel. I try to make learning as fun as I can, you know, while trying to maintain some level of professionalism. But you know that I'm more of a laid-back teacher, so I'm probably more fun, but maybe I'm not going to hound on you for not practicing as much as some other stricter teachers may be. But maybe those teachers would kind of turn you off to learning piano because they're maybe not very fun to work with. But maybe you can handle that, or maybe you prefer that. So really think about like what you as a person, what you jive with, I guess you should say, or like what you resonate with, even better word, and think about that. I'm going to be honest. I really think that the temperament and the personality of the teacher and how they connect with you is actually more important than them being like the world's best piano player. And don't get me wrong, they should have skills. Like you don't want to hire somebody that has no skills. But I'm telling you right now that like them keeping you motivated to keep learning is the most important thing, because without that, you're not going to continue learning piano. So who cares if the teacher smacks you about not practicing if you're just like, oh, I quit. You know what I mean? So that's really the answer is that you can definitely learn on your own. And I actually have a few points here I want to make. I need to grab. You know what? I cleaned my desk the other day. I'm like, I'm gonna clean my desk. It's already messy again, by the way. And so I put away all my books, and now I'm regretting it because now I have to find them here in a second. But anyway, you can totally learn piano on your own. All the basic stuff for sure. The benefits of getting a teacher if you can have access to one, and then I broke down like what you want to look for. If you do get a teacher. But the point is that you can learn all the basics on your own. The benefit of a teacher is that they will give you feedback, and then they also have like expertise and wisdom to impart to you as well. Unfortunately, I do not teach piano one-on-one at this point. It is something that I do want to possibly open up in the future, but I do get a lot of questions about that, so I do want to let you know up front. But it is worth checking in every once in a while because I really like... to go on a relevant tangent here, I really like teaching one-on-one, and I miss it. And I got kind of burned out on it after a while because I did it for like 10 years, and I had no life outside of it. And I haven't done it for a few years now, and I'm kind of like itching to get back. But anyways, you know what to do. Enough rambling on. Let's continue. Again, we only have one more question to go, but I said that along the way, some of you may have questions that you're probably putting in the live chat, which I'm going to check here in just a minute. And we will go over those questions before we wrap up the stream. But there is still more to cover, but not a lot more. But there's stuff. And on with the next question. Are you ready? Are you ready? What is the best way to practice the piano effectively? Now, here's the answer. Oh, this is what I want to do. Hold on, I need to get these books. So, if you're a beginner, I highly, highly recommend getting this Alfred Adult All-in-One piano course. You can get it on Amazon. Hopefully, I'm pretty sure I actually linked it in the description this time. Wow, crazy. 2024 Tim is on another level. He's giving you links in the description when he says they're going to be there, hopefully. Anyway, I would pick up one of these. If you're a beginner, this is great because it will introduce you to like simple topics in the order you need to be learning them. I have courses over on my website, pianolessonsontheweb.com as well, that you can actually, they're not designed this way, but you can actually use them in conjunction with the book so that you can be learning this style of stuff. And then I have different stuff I cover in my courses. And then this will give you like, I have pieces to play in my courses too, but this will give you additional ones. So I'm actually thinking more and more in like integrating them more intimately, I guess you could say. That's kind of a weird word to use in this case. But anyway, I would do that. And then, again, practicing as close to every day, 7 days a week as you can, minimum of 30 minutes, an hour if you've been practicing for a while. And then more importantly, there's a lot more to this. And I have a link for you in the description again. It's all that in that one playlist. I figure I have so many of these lessons on the channel. Why go drill into this in detail when I have so many other times? And these live streams are just a great portal, not only in us interacting together, but me telling you about all the other great lessons on the channel. So check out the link in the description when we're done. And that is the 5 questions. But again, I'm going to go over any questions now that I've gotten along the way. There it is. All right, great. Okay. Let's scroll back to see. Okay, just seeing what people are working on. I don't have a main piece. That's totally fine. What's the difference? Let me make sure I got the same one. Okay, or the first one. What's the difference between playing single keys and playing chords? A great question from Isaiah. Welcome to our community, Isaiah. I think it's the first time I'm seeing you here. And let me explain what to do. Yeah, we'll use this view to answer this question. So single notes on the piano is, you know, just playing pitches, right? And a pitch is just a note that they go from high to low, whereas rhythm would be like the spacing of the notes over time. So it would be all rhythm based, all playing on one pitch. And the name of the note is the pitch. So this is a G. So we say notes on the notes, but also pitches. Now, more importantly, you asked about chords. A chord is when you play two or more notes at the exact same time. And one word you're going to hear in association with chords a lot is harmonies. And the harmonies, or a combination of chords rather, or a combination of harmonies is called a chord progression. And that is a repeated pattern of chords throughout a piece of music. All right, let's get on to the next comment, or question rather. Next question. No, stop. All right, there we go. Was it okay? I answered that. When I learn a new piece, I'm forgetful. The previous ones I have learned after a few weeks of not playing them. Oh, this is actually not necessarily a question, but it's something I want to talk about. So if you have this problem where like you learn a piece and then you move on with your life and you start practicing other pieces, or maybe you're just not practicing piano at all, here's what I recommend. Your favorite pieces throughout time. You don't have to memorize every piece and have it learned forever. I've not done that. What you want to do though is you want to create a repertoire list of the pieces that you like the best and know the best. And what you want to do is, I would say like once a week at least, but I would even, yeah, once a week I think is fair. Go back through your repertoire list and just practice through those pieces. I mean, after all, you've learned them all the way through. You may even have them memorized. So to go through them in one of your practice sessions, especially if you're practicing that 7 days a week, like we all do, right? Then it won't be so bad. So that's what I recommend, is once a week, like creating a repertoire, listing out the pieces you like and are the best at, and then reviewing that once a week. See. Okay, stop it. I don't want to accidentally okay. Great question from Sylvia. Welcome, by the way. Okay. 60 years old learning. Welcome out, Jamil. So glad to have you with us. Oh, can I learn piano at this age? There is a question. Yeah, of course. You know, I've had students, believe it or not, 80 years old. When I was speaking earlier about how I would teach one-on-one, and I had a student that was 80 years old, and she actually was like, she got to be really good. Like not concert level good, but I was always impressed with how fast she was able to learn. She was so unsure of herself too. I remember Faye was her name. And but she was actually really like intelligent and was able to learn. And you don't have to be hyper intelligent to learn at your age. But the short answer to your question is yes, you can learn at that age. Oh, look, Richard answered. Thank you so much for chiming in. I'm an old person and my problem is tendonitis. How to avoid it? Great question. That's a little tricky for me to answer. That's like something you should talk to a doctor with. I would just practice as much as you can each day without it flaring up, and maybe you have to take more breaks and practice smaller amounts at a time, but maybe like break up your practice session like throughout the day. Instead of playing, like, say you practice 30 minutes, maybe just do 10 minutes in the morning and then 20 minutes later, or 10, 10, 10. whatever you're able to do. But it's a tricky question because it's like halfway in my court in what I'm able to help you with, but also it's also like a medical thing. So, talking to your doctor about how you might be able to play for longer might help whatever that type of doctor is. I don't know what that's called. Anyway, let's see here. My question is, what do I practice? I need a practice routine. So in the link I provided for you in the description, if you click on it, the playlist, that information should be in there. What do I practice? Yeah, and then I have a few on the channel as well. If you just take a look through the channel, I had one recently. I have plenty of lessons on it. Just take a look, and that will provide you with a lot more context. Okay. Hands separate, great. Hands together, gross. From Jamil. Yeah, that's a pretty common problem. What I want you to do, maybe, everybody, give me a second. I haven't made any two-hand piano lessons in a while. Piano lessons on the web. Hold on. Oh, here you go. One from last year. This one was pretty good. And I will link you guys to this. So just thank you for being patient. And there we go. There it is. All right, anyway, let's see. Two-hand lesson. There we go. Feel like I need to improve my practice routine. Well, check out that link in the description. Better utilize my time. Yeah, you guys want to check out that link in the description I have for you of that playlist. And watch all those videos today or whenever you can. Had a teacher for 5 months. Then you raised by 100, or they were, okay, quit. He teaches 3 different at the same time. Was not diligent enough. Oh, I see. 3 different instruments. Okay. Okay, just making sure that we got this. What's more efficient? Learn to play piano first or keyboard? If you can learn on a keyboard, especially if it has weighted keys. So like on a cheap keyboard, the keys will be like hollow and real plasticky. That's not really that great to learn on piano, for piano in the long run, because you will not develop proper finger technique. So you do want to get something called like a stage piano, or even a lot of like the mid-range Yamaha Roland pianos now. Just make sure they have weighted keys, and that there are 88 of them if you can. But you can learn on either. I mean, if you have access to a piano, just learn on the piano, especially if it's in tune. One of the great things, reasons people get these, though, is they are always in tune. I practiced on an 88 keys MIDI controller. Crying, laughing emoji. Jeez. I'm getting everything mixed up today. So crying, laughing emoji. I know that probably doesn't have weighted keys, so maybe you want to upgrade at some point. But at least you have 88 of them. And there's some pretty high quality MIDI controllers as well. Okay, let's continue. Thank you so much for this suggestion. Very helpful. Great to, you're very welcome, Sylvia. Piano way better than sight reading. Sight singing classes to learn sight. Wait, piano is way better than sight singing classes to learn to sight singing. No? Oh, I see. It's just phrased in a way my brain is figuring out. Piano way better than sight reading classes. So you're saying piano is better for learning how to sight sing than actually sight singing classes? That's hard to say. I didn't sight sing. Anybody that's wondering what sight singing is, I was talking about sight reading, not in this lesson, but sight reading is looking at a piece of music for the first time and being able to play it. Well, sight singing is singing like the melody line of it. I'm terrible at it. I'm going to be honest with you. And play piano a lot. I do see that piano is useful for learning how to sight sing, but you definitely have to practice sight singing with the piano to get good at it. So I don't know. I think the classes can help. I took a sight singing class before. It would have helped me if I practiced sight singing more, but I'm not much of a singer. I should. It is an interesting point though, because I really should work on those skills that I don't spend as much time on. That's actually something I kind of want to make a lesson on in the future. Okay, it is semi-weight by M Audio. It's probably okay. I mean, I would upgrade at some point. Sorry guys, there's a motorcycle outside. Should you do all three of the Alfred books? Yes. I've been doing graded solos books after halfway through second Alfred book. Should I go back? Thank you. Yeah. That third Alfred book, by the way, is the best one. What do I need to learn to freestyle or jam? Improvisation. And I have lessons on improv, actually. So hopefully I can grab you one real quick. Yeah, you want to learn how to improv. And I used to do more of this stuff. How to improvise on the piano using music theory. This is an old one from 8 years ago. But you know what? I think it's relevant for what you need. Maybe the video won't be as polished as what you're used to seeing these days. But I really think that this is what you want. So you want improvisation lesson. There you go. Our group lessons, let me get chat back up here. Our group lessons, this is this one down here. Our group lessons from Cassandra, better than one-on-one lessons. They can be. It depends on how many is in the group. If it's a big group, I mean, it depends. So a big group lesson is usually called a master class, where a teacher will teach many students at once and you'll all play for each other and learn that way. It's a different experience. I think both are great. I mean, the one-on-one, you're going to get personalized attention. You know, you're going to get more of the teacher's time. Whereas with the group lesson, you're going to be able to learn from other people playing as well. So I don't know. They're both like excellent choices. If you can do both, great. But they're both great for those two different reasons that I mentioned. Do you have fake books or have thoughts in them? No, all my books are real. No, I know what you're saying. Do I have like any books where it's just like the melody written out with lead sheet written in? And yes, I do. I had one called The Real. It's funny because it's called The Real Fake Book. And there's something called a real book as well. I don't know where it is, but yes, my opinion on them is if you are interested in learning jazz pieces, or if you want to learn how to play in a band, I highly recommend you get one of those books and learn how it's done. Tim, you had a free course on Alvarez music theory. Where is it? I did the first two and then lost the link. Can you find it for me, please? I think I took that down. I forget why. I think I privated some of those videos, to be honest with you. If you go to, yeah. Wait, hold on. Let me try to find this lesson. Can you recommend an exercise to better learn chords and arpeggios together? Or sorry, the Alfred's music. Alfred's music theory. Yeah, I privated a lot of those. I probably shouldn't have, but I did. Just because it was incomplete. I didn't like it either. I'll be honest, I put out a lot of those videos where I went over those during the pandemic, and I just felt like they were not my best effort because there was a lot going on, and I just didn't like those videos. Sorry. I mean, maybe a few of them are still up, but I did take that series down. I have an old music theory series you can check out on the channel, though. Okay, another question here. Tim, can you recommend an exercise to better learn chords and arpeggios together? Learn chords and arpeggios together. Yes. I would look up. I don't know if it'll let me give this to you. Give me a second, guys. Pianoexercises.org. The weird thing about this website I'm going to give you is that whenever I post it as a link, it like blocks it. I think maybe to block out bots or something. But what I recommend you do is I want you to practice the School of Velocity, actually, because it has to do with chords, scales, and arpeggios all at the same time. Actually, I think it'll let me do this. Hold on. I think we almost got it. School of Velocity. So you want to check that one out. And if that link doesn't work, what I want you to do is to copy it, and I want you to paste it into the URL thing at the top, whatever that thing was called, and hit enter, and it should work. Sometimes clicking on it doesn't work. Let's see. Thank you so much, Sam, by the way, for your help in general. Sam, I want to say, has been more active in our Discord, which I want to talk. Oh, we have to make time for that. Sam has been more active in our Discord, which I really appreciate that. So thank you so much, Sam. I meant scales and arpeggios. Oh, that's perfect. So no, there should be stuff in there for that. Anyway, go to pianoexercises.org either way and look through those exercises. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but I think even in the School of Velocity, there's stuff. It says restricted, so copy it. Do like a control, whatever that is, copy link address, or sorry, right click, and then not control, right click, and then you go down to copy link address, and then you want to paste it up top. It should work. Okay, you can get it from IMSLP. Great. Well, you can copy the URL. I mean, it's not the only way. Or you could Google search it. But I know what you mean. You guys want a link that works. Okay, any other questions we have here? If I missed your question, just type it again. There was a lot of questions to cover, which I appreciate that, guys. Appreciate it a lot. Okay, so let me know any like last minute questions, but I do want to talk about the Discord. So let me bring it up. So in the description of this video, there's two things I want you to look at once we are finished. Like, definitely look at. One is that playlist I talked about, which is going to catch you up on a lot of things we talked about today. And the second thing I want you to click on is the Discord invite link to join our community Discord. Now let me bring this up so that we can be on the same page here, because I actually want to take a look at something. Now there's a plane flying overhead. All right, anyway, hold on. That's not it. There it is. There it is. Oh, somebody posted a meme to our Discord. That's like I think that's a first. Schrodinger's dilemma. Okay. We're not gonna go into that right now. Oh no, that's somebody. Oh, that's the Game Heroes. That's why that's a totally different thing than what I'm used to. I'm like, people don't really post memes. You can though if you want. But anyway, we have this wonderful Discord. Feel free to join it. It's totally free, by the way. Check out the rules just so you don't get banned. We don't really have a problem with that around here. General chat is where we like to kind of just ask general questions. Chat, you know, we have a number of active people in here. We hope to grow this over time. But more importantly, over here there's a live stream section. Let me make sure you guys can see. Yeah, there's a live stream section over here where it says schedule and info. So if you're ever wondering like when we're meeting next, I'm going to post it ahead of time, like at least 3 or 4 days ahead of time. I'm trying to do it even longer than that, but you know, it will keep you in the loop of when we are meeting next. But more importantly, is the playing submissions tab, where we're going to go over Tess's submission here in a second. But you too can submit a recording for me to review during the live stream. Now, if you don't want me to review it during the live stream, you can still post it here so that other students can see it. Just make sure that you say like, oh yeah, you don't have to go over, or don't go over this during the live stream, or let me know like what you want. If not, if you don't say anything, I will assume that it's all free game. So Tess asked, what can I do better? Just started Moonlight Sonata. This is the end. So we will play it and see where things go from there. So just give me a second. Oh, okay. Nice. You could have slowed down a little bit for those final chords because you did ask what you can do better. The tempo was a little bit. I can tell you're still getting it underneath your fingers, which is totally fine. So what I would do is I would start practicing from that final page, which is around where you started, and I would just keep working on it because you did miss one of those left hand, one of those octaves there. So just make sure you go back and you take a look through there. Let's see what Sam had to say about this one. See if I agree with Sam. Sam says, I would practice slowly to weed out any hesitations. I agree, right? So that's what I mean, getting it under your fingers. You don't want to be playing it at full speed. A great thing to add. And keep the piece flowing smoothly. Yes, yes, yes. And that's going to just come with practice and starting from those tricky areas for sure. All right, thank you so much, Tess. Really enjoyed that little snippet there. Thank you. Okay, so is this composer? Thank you. I have a lot of ideas in my head, so I just write them down on MuseScore. Here are 2 more waltzes. So let's see if we have any more playing. I do want to go over those, but okay. So One Summer's Day by Spirited Away. Here's my oh yeah. Okay, so Tess had a recital. I remember. Okay. Just going back here. Yeah, let's just take a quick listen to these. We might not play them all the way through, but these are original compositions, so I always like to spend some time looking at these. Wait, hold on. Let me... Okay. Go. All right, we'll stop it there. Beautiful. If you want to check out this waltz, which actually I think is really well done, we're going to give that a heart. Oh, wait, I gave it a heart, and I took it away. Wait, hold on. I'm such a boomer when it comes to Discord. Add reaction, and we are going to give it a heart. There it is. All right, very cool. Amazing, well done. I agree. Very cool. Okay. Oh, just taking a look here. All right, for today, so this is another waltz by Rocket. It may even be the same one. But let's listen to Tess, Spirited Away. Ooh, I think I'm going to like this one. My recital piece, all completed. Excellent. Yeah, I really like how you let that note at the end ring out, Tess. Beautiful. Well done. I can really tell that you put a lot of time, soul, and effort into that performance, and it sounded great. Hopefully it worked just as well. I think I saw that it went well for you in the Discord. Hopefully it went just as well when you played it at your recital. But all right, let's go over some last minute questions here. I'm gonna like kind of rapid fire them because we are. I mean, like, I just want to start making dinner here in a few minutes, so I have enough time. But let's see, we have some time yet. No rush. Yes, clap. I always forget to clap, but I did say congratulations and all that. Excellent. I love it. I will, let's see. Okay, what would you recommend for ear training to be able to identify chord progressions of anything that you hear? I recommend first learning how to hear the difference between what's happening here? Oh no, never mind. First, I see what's happening. First, I would learn, sorry guys. Yeah, there it is. I don't know why that changed. Anyway, first I would learn the difference between major and minor chords. So this one, what is it? It's major, minor, sounds sad. And then I would learn how to hear the difference between all the intervals from second to octave. And that's where I would begin. There's more I have to say about it, but I want to get through the questions here quickly. I do have a course over on my website, pianolessonsontheweb.com, about ear training, going over the exact things that I just said just now in more detail, of course. I joined your Discord like 5 minutes before the stream, having just finished watching your previous stream. Excellent. Excellent. Hey, Pedro. Welcome. What's your take on learning songs on YouTube with the lines coming down? Sam answered that already, and I agree with Sam. 100. Pedro says, greetings from Portugal. Welcome, Pedro. GPS guy. My hand is 8.5 inches. When I want to play an octave, it seems small. Is it? I don't know. I'd have to take out the measuring tape. But I do have something to say about this. So how do you tackle things that are too far apart on the piano, I think, is the main question. So one thing, this is what I was taught, and it does work for me. So first of all, you may want to try either playing on the tips of the keys or further up, whatever's more comfortable for you. For octaves and things that are even a little bit further apart, I'm more comfortable on the tips of the keys. Now, more importantly, is you want to play, if you can't do that, say it's just too far. Like say I can't play a 10th from C to E. I can't play it to save my life. But what I can do is hold down the foot pedal and roll it really quick. So like say the last chord is like that. So and I basically got that 10th in. It's just like that instead. And that's what I was always taught, because I don't have gigantic hands like my piano teacher, Dr. Craig, did. He could play a 10th easy. I think he could play, what is that, a 13th? Which is just insane. Anyway, yeah, that's what I would do. Can I do a 13th? I can do it with the rolled, see? Ah. You got to be careful doing that, though, because you can miss, and it can really, like I got caught right there. So you got to be careful. And you have to have the pedal down for it to work. Okay, nice song. I agree. Do you recommend finger exercises when not using the keyboard or piano? I mean, if you're like on vacation for a few weeks, sure. Like if you want to tap your hand on the desk or something like that, maybe like finger out some scales on the desk. Sure, it's better than nothing. But if you have access to a piano, there's no need to. But if you are like stuck on a bus or waiting at the DMV or something, getting an app for your phone to drill like note reading or music theory, that would be excellent. Whoa, we have a lot more. This is awesome. You guys are really engaged today. Sometimes pieces have really tricky fingering, timing, and synesthesias help me to focus on that bit to get it satisfactory. Okay. Let me think about this. It's really helpful for me to focus on that bit to get it satisfactory. I mean, you can do that. But for tricky fingering and timing, you want to methodically write out the fingering that works best for you in that passage. And then you want to start playing it slow. And then you want to use a metronome at a really slow tempo. Play it through with that and then gradually increase the tempo. The way you're doing it is kind of cheating, and the problem is you're going to have to do that every time, right? And you might, like I said, my goal for you anyway, do what you want. But my goal for you is to be able to play any piece that you're like, man, that piece sounds awesome, or you're just like, I love that piece, I've always wanted to learn it. And to be able to learn those pieces with like almost no assistance from Synthesia or even another teacher at all. It's going to take a long time to get there. But if you continue to do the thing that you said, you may be cheating yourself in the long run. Just my opinion on it, my educated opinion. So you can do it for now, but just keep that in mind. Sam claps. Okay, Sam, I'm doing sheet music slow, or 2, but slow. Okay, great. Are there any podcasts you would recommend to learn while away from the keyboard? I will have better answers for you probably in a few months, because I've been on the lookout. That's all I can say for now. So just keep attending, and over time I will hopefully come across something for you to enjoy while not at the piano. Good question though. Thanks for the recommendation. You're very welcome. If I think I answered your question, or maybe Sam did. Okay, a lot of time commuting, and that would be dead time. Yeah, I mean, brushing up on your like theory and stuff is also a good thing to do, like I mentioned. One more question. Oh wait, let's get cosmically bookish. What would you recommend to improve playing softer on the left hand instead of playing both hands at the same level? I'd do scales. That's the one we want. Sorry, I moved some things around before we started, and now one of my things is broken. One of my scene switch things. Anyway, let's think about this for a second. What would you recommend to play softer in the left hand and louder in the right hand? I recommend something super simple to where you can concentrate on just that. So you are looking for softer left hand, right? So play your scale like normal, just even-handed. And now see if you can lighten up on the left hand, where you can really hear that right hand sing out. And that's where I would start with that. Something easy to play. I wouldn't try that with pieces right off the bat, because that's a thing the hand balance is a thing, much like rhythm and all this stuff. It's a thing that you're going to have to master. Like, it's a skill all on its own. So working on something simple is the way to go, and work your way up. Relic of Gold says, love your vids, but I do not know what to practice, I assume you're saying. I know I'm wasting time practicing things I don't need to know. You want to check out the link in the description I have for you. It's a playlist. Watch all those lessons today, and watch like a lot of the recent lessons on the channel. Give me 1 second, guys. And watch a lot of the recent lessons on the channel, and you will find the answer to your questions. There's a lot of stuff that I've covered recently that I think those lessons could do a better job, as my failing voice can do now, because I'm running. I don't know why my voice is cutting out on me. Leans towards your right side so that you can distribute more weight. Okay, that's not bad. That's good. Thanks for answering my question. You're welcome, GPS guy. For me, the trick was to ghost my left hand. Okay. Try to only touch the keys without making any sound while playing normally the melody with your right hand. Yeah. I mean, I think mine works the best, but I think all those other suggestions are great in combination with what I told you. Thank you so much for the recommendation. I will try that as well. Yeah, I think a combination of it all, but starting out the scales or something easy. Even try a piece maybe in your repertoire that you know how to play, and see if you can really lighten up on that left hand. It's a conscious mental thing, but it also is it's just something you're gonna have to get used to. Something I could make a lesson on for sure in the future. All right, guys, I think that's all the questions we had today. We had a lot of questions, which makes me really happy that you guys are so engaged and interested in learning piano. Leave a like on this live stream. It really helps other people know this is a quality lesson they can learn from as well. I haven't asked for likes in forever, so let's get those likes up. When are we meeting next is probably a question that somebody has. So the answer to that question is in about 2 weeks. I said my goal for right now, I'm in the middle of doing something right now for the channel, long term. So for right now, twice a month is what we're going for. Did I say twice a week? Hopefully I said twice a month. That's what I meant. So like in 2 weeks, I think that's what I said. We're going to meet again in about 2 weeks. And I have no idea what the lesson is going to be on yet, but trust me, it will be good. Thank you so much all for being like so engaged today. I know that I don't have to thank you for that, but it's like it's so awesome when you guys are really interactive. It makes me happy, actually. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming. I'll see you later. Thank you so much to the mods, Sam and Emma, who showed up a blip for a second. I really appreciate that, even though I understand if you can't make it regularly anymore. I'll get over it. I won't be a sad puppy for too long. But I do appreciate anybody that's able to come out to these things. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you to Sam. You did a great job today, being my backup swinger. I don't even know. I guess that's tennis. I don't play sports. You can tell, right? Anyway, guys, thank you so much. And I'll talk to you real soon. We have a new lesson coming out either tomorrow or next week. I don't know. I think I'll have it ready by tomorrow, but if you don't see it, it'll be out next week. Bye. You're welcome, everybody. Thank you so much.